This was Caesar's workshop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. What's in it for... What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device. Glowing! There's something written on the card on the doll. Let's take a closer look. Present! The show begins! These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe, aha!
A secret...
I'm a magician too. Looks pretty...
How brilliant!
Settle down! Bow your head.
May I present... How brilliant!
Settle down! Be sanctified. Silence! Bow your head.
Why have you stopped, Lenny? Is there...
It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead. If anyone makes a major...
All right. is a brick! Let's take...
At one of my has a joke, so I wound up. At one of my shows a few days has a joke, so I told that I wound up. Two children came to talk. Anyway, I told them that it seems like surely I have a good. They have all sort. They wanted to call me with time. Gemma thinks so. It's nearly time for me to. I once over. It's only been 10. They're very tough. They hide things. That's the thing about. I can sense after thinking. P.S. P.P.S. Oh, Caesars.
Two magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Linny and... Linny?
Shh, hold that thought. As I expected, there's a lot of fishy things going on in this place.
Fishy?
All in good time. Before we go over our new leads, I want to tell you how a high-altitude escape is performed. First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a short while later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention, and they start wailing and screaming. Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description. Paimon can really picture it.
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished. Of course, that's just how I think the process should work. The inventor of this trick never he fell right to the... and no one else has...
So Caesar's fame at Paimon was about... Wait a second. So if it...
Glad you asked. This box right here is the one that once the magician's inside, and the box is lifted up and from where they're at this... He then escapes through this trapdoor.
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined.
Well, there's the falling many days. Caesar
So...
I can make a... I looked into the case files.
Okay.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Because a magician can't afford to have their the essence of... And so, but in his most stressful... Exactly. I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have... But I'm sure... So he... Much like when you instinctively... With the stakes being as high as they were...
But in reality... But...
It would have to have been... Isn't that right?
You just... There's not a lot of... But I gave...
You mean...
Yes, all... Which is why you can't leave...
The show begins! Hey!
Silence! Let the mighty be humbled! Bow your head.
May I present? This way, turtle.
Settle down! Bow your head.
Had enough yet, Loren? I think it's hot.
He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made
So it was.
jealousy. He poured everything into his... But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work. He forbid, and with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I had to kill
And this.
it was
Well, I was.
in love with...
Guess I was wrong.
I am. Caesar, I never bought into any of that.
Oh, yeah!
That's just how I still...
So that's.
What choice? So be it.
Very well. Traveler, Paimon. Keep an eye on Loren.
Lily has told me the whole... Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of...
What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lenny? Should...
Let's rendezvous with.
Good point! By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything to one of my business partners.
Who is it?
Venger, we've worked together all... And when has... I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation.
You're right.
So,
No,
well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines...
someone paid off the tabloids to publish.
Every how?
It seems.
What sort?
Yesterday.
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Behind the scenes, the Reliant?
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes.
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon.
That's right. The court of...
But that was so...
In the world of fact, they claim that most...
The absurdity.
Well, maybe your client, but with the way...
Venger,
But I'm no longer... I'd be perfectly happy. Let me offer you a piece...
You're free to wait things. Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is...
fair...
Understood.
So,
Without the excessive... Public opinion.
well, guess what we can do is just head back for now.
Traveler, Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that so...
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article, Miss Chiori doesn't...
That's great!
It's my pleasure. She was the one. Speaking of...
She what?
If you ask me, I think Chioriya Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
Ah, you're back. You were so quick.
You're third?
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and...
That's besides the point.
Did everything go okay?
Of course!
Gosh, I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but
It's okay, but you don't need...
I always wanted... I was so... Thank you.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed. At least his soul.
Don't blame you. Yeah. Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing this show.
In Caesar's honor.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No, where are we... Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah! Caesar's diary!
Not this time. My brother's going solo today. So I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The great magician Linny has prepared us.
Wow! A new trick!
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join.
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it's just... It reminds me of him.
No wonder. Caesar was a famous magician too. So, how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Well, I was out on the street once, and I saw him performing for little children. Children love magic. And
Aww.
It was...
Aw,
Is that after all?
that's right.
Right. Yes, you can breathe each.
See? Eat the Phantom Weasel! Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
As Linny once, but once the back. It's been 10 years, Gemma.
What are you... Traveler Paimon doesn't like where this...
Ladies, there will now be a brief. The final performance will take place outside of the opera.
The Phantom Weasel never did like Don't worry. This place will...
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so this is a big mistake for a
Lenny accused Gemma...
All in...
Really?
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, But as her infamy grew, of course, after weighing her options...
So...
Being the master deceiver she was, the Weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. But as she was at her and afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the Weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. 2 co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
But I just...
Don't worry, but I never believed that he was the Weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more...
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience with a little Caesar. Who would suspect?
Wait, but why would Lorenzo agree to that?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Linny, if you're so having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But...
An excellent...
Is that...
As a matter of... Why would the...
Of course, if I... left to fend for herself after her parent, she'd scrounge... This was once again... This was a fate too cruel. I will rob...
That's some...
Does this...
Yes, it is quite to my taste.
Huh, 'cause without...
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, Linny.
Well, the most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves. Of course...
Wait, he taught you...
We remember 10 years, but we...
And?
Free? Caesar once... I think that life took...
What are you
I'm saying, back to Lorraine. He knew you're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee...
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom...
Gather round. I'm sure you're...
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all... We have now...
Guess that's my... Traveler, Paimon. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight.
Lenny, you two hit. You don't have to tell lies to end up
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So,
Like Lenny said,
but what about Gemma?
she'll figure out.
All right. Well,
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Linny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
How could he...
How mysterious.
What a heart-stopping magic show! Caesar's name has finally been... Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale! Paimon doesn't see Linny anywhere! Oh! Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the... usual hunt. Oh, yeah, that's... alright. What? Are you alright?
Magic, I was honestly sometimes did he regret taking
You know?
After I joined the House of the Hearth, I told you about my past, but I needed to. We were gifted.
So that's what.
Yes. In all, for instance, but in truth, what amazed me, trust it.
Lenny.
Still worried, but don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the house after Caesar that night, to keep secret, you only realize how much someone.
Yeah, we've had this delicious, you know, traveler. Doesn't that kind.
Exactly. It's the life has taken. That's why the dark. All right.
It was amazing.
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are. Oh, all right. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar!
Huh?
3?
Now, have it.
Really? Let's see. Wow, there it is! But more importantly.
Well.
Is that.
Look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my. I look for.
Shall we head back down too? Let's head to this.
Word of advice, don't break the law. Is there anything else? Yeah, serious. Don't break the law.
By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything to one of my business partners, especially when a reasonable conversation should suffice.
Who is it?
Venger, we've worked together. And when I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation.
You're right.
So,
No,
well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines.
someone paid off the tabloids to publish this.
Every house?
It seems you're.
What sort?
Yesterday.
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Behind the scenes, relying on it.
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes.
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon.
That's right. The court of.
But that was so.
In the world of fact, they claim that most.
The absurd.
Well, maybe your client, but with the way.
Venger.
But I'm no longer. I'd be perfect. Let me offer you.
You're free to wait. Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is.
Fair.
Understood.
So,
Without the excess. Public opinion has never.
well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Traveler, Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that's...
You too. Whoever wrote that article, Miss Chiori does...
That's great!
It's my pleasure. She was the one who... Speaking of Miss Chiori...
She what?
If you ask me, I think Chiori Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before.
Really? How was it?
The owner was plenty fierce, that's for sure. Makes sense if she regularly deals with criminals, I guess. I've got the chills just...
Oh no, we've lost her! Did you hear what...
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews, so the general public hasn't had a chance to really get to know her. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little... extreme sometimes. It's easy...
this is all Tear's fault! Wait a second. You don't think Chiori might have gone looking for him, do you? You know, so...
That would only make the situation worse for her. I'm sure Miss Chiori knows that too.
You've got a point. Let's just...
This is me.
Oh, you...
Oh, no.
Ah.
Yeah. My fiance, he probably knows.
And then?
And then...
But didn't you...
Yes. She heard me out.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
Ah.
Well, he's seen a...
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh. Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use...
Huh?
I think it'd go a...
Hey,
Huh?
Well, we...
Oh, I remember now. In that case, why don't we split up? I'll continue in...
All right, sounds good. There you are, Chiori!
Uh-huh. How did you know where I...
She did. We were just
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air. Wanna sit here with me? The view's quite stunning. Sorry about that.
Alright, don't mind if we do.
Well, how does it feel?
This place is pretty good.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't grow up. I would get together.
Whoa.
But even as rambunctious as it was as if I just... My parents...
You were the...
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. On top of that. Anyway...
No one?
I was angry and frustrated.
Well, that's a great...
After that, I had a lot of fun. I had... Of course. As I... Oh, yeah. Who would have thought? Alright.
Ooh.
Back? It was never gone to begin with.
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Charlotte's are...
I don't like to... I know where
Sounds good. As for...
Huh? When...
but...
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out. To tell you the truth, even thinking about all the...
What did...
The sea... Come.
Sure.
Ah, it's raining? That's all right. The real problem would be if we could feel water dripping on our heads in the fortress of Meripede.
Shiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitoile? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us! These should be enough. Chiori... Great!
Yes, but... Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories. Next, we'll need to use what we have on hand to create some new outfits.
You mean we have to start... Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this conversation is giving Paimon major deja vu?
Ganyu? Who's that?
A friend of ours who does way too much overtime. Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're not gonna convince
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure, though. All this grit...
What else can we help?
I suppose all...
You got it!
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first fashion week, I had no savings to speak of. I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma, and I used the scraps to make my entries for the show. I used the larger pieces for the base fabric, and the smaller pieces for accessories. If it worked back then, why not now? We can also repurpose some of the ready-to-use accessories.
But you worked so hard.
I know. That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste.
Okay.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold it against you. Of course, if anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me on a normal day, I'd Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions. Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened to your... Who did this? Those moms, give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes...
Maybe you should calm down a bit first, cause...
Huh? Ugh, what is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the traveler to tear up the...
Oh, so that's what happened. I guess I got a bit ahead of myself just now. Back to what you were doing, everyone.
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation. No one's gonna...
You and Chiori are really...
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous...
No.
Plus, with how much your intel...
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway,
if it's not too much trouble.
Oh, no problem. When are you going to...
Actually...
Ask away.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon?
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet? Who did this? Give me names. I'll make...
Not this again.
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite...
Oh, please, Linny. Huh? What's happening here? I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was going to go to print this morning. But just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and confessed to having been the real Phantom Weasel all along.
That was quick.
Too late, bro.
That was quick, you say? It sounds like I've got some catching up to do. Please, fill me in. Aha! My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide. Gemma turning herself in must have something to...
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar, and she could no longer ignore...
Huh. Okay, then. Oh, I remember now! Quickfire question! Where did you...
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Linny did a private... Actually, glad you mentioned it.
What?
I don't know, I just...
What the... What... This is getting...
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Forgive my persistence, but when they're... Apparently... Alright, I guess I'll leave...
Lynette?
Don't worry, I wasn't angry. I was just trying to distract her.
Oh, really?
Phew. You and me both, Paimon. You and me both. At least it did the job, right?
Please, take good care of that rainbow rose. I'd be really upset if...
His idea of course.
I once considered keeping some pets in my office, but soon gave up on the idea. It's just not right to keep small animals where they won't be able to see. A word of advice, don't break the law. Is there anything else? Yeah, seriously, don't break the law.
Bow your head. An oversight on my part.
The show begins! Time to shine!
Oh?
Not bad.
Yoo-hoo! This may turn you... Strike a pose! How dare you!
A moment, please.
How brilliant!
I've been waiting for you for ages. Grow! Shower me with this! Add Astra. Thank you for complete. Add Astra. Shower me with praise!
No need to fear. Sorry! I couldn't protect. Oh?
Strike a pose!
Yoo-hoo!